Hey guys, hey, I am back and I've been trying to get back on this platform for the longest while, but thankfully I'm here now. And you know what they say, better late than never, right? I saw this meme earlier this year because I was supposed to come back on here, like I say, for the longest while. And when I saw it, I was like, this person gets it. January just became a nothing month basically, and I did not realize or didn't know at the time that February would feel the same way, but that's okay. We're back here in March, and the good thing is that we have the ability to start over. So this is me starting over. So the theme for today is not like the other nations. And in order for us to go into that discussion, we're going to start in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 8. I'm just going to read until I feel like finishing, I'm just going to do that, yeah. And it came to pass when Samuel was old and he made his sons judges over Israel. Now the name of his firstborn was Joel, and the name of his second Abiah. They were judges in Beersheba. And his sons walked not in his ways, but turned aside after lucre, and took bribes, and perverted judgment. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel in Ramah, and said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. But the thing displeased Samuel, when they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Lord. And the Lord said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people in all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them, according to all their works which they have done since the day that I brought them up out of Egypt, even unto this day, wherewith they have forsaken me and served gods, so do they also thee. As I read the text, my thoughts were, did Samuel's two sons really make the children of Israel disenchanted with God? Or were they a legit opportunity for them to ask for the thing that they wanted to for all the time, which was a king, so that they can be like the other nations? So when they asked Samuel for a king, they think bother Samuel bad. And Samuel went and do his Samuel thing, and he went to God, and God was like, Yo, Samuel, relax. You are not the problem. I am the problem. They have not rejected you. They've rejected me. They don't want me to reign over them. And this is according to all of their works and all the things that they have done since the day that I brought them out of Egypt unto this day, where they have forsaken me and served other gods. God was saying to Samuel that based on what they do, what they say, how they move, Israel has a history of just forsaking God and doing whatever they want. Israel has a history of wanting to be like the other nations, even though God is the one that delivered them up out of slavery, delivered them from the nations, the very nations that they want to be like. But that's okay. God is so cool. He said, I'm going to give them what they want. I'll give them their king. They're asking for it, I'll give it to them. He said, but before I give it to them, Samuel, I want you to go and warn them and tell them of what this king will do to them. So Samuel went, he obeyed the Lord, and he went to the Israelites and he said, look, if y'all get a king, this is what he will do to all of you. He will take your sons. He will take your daughters. He will take your vineyards, your olive yards. He will take the very best from you and give it to his own people. And in the day, there will come a day where you all will cry out because of the king that you all chose, and the Lord ain't gonna hear. And the Israelites was like, Samuel, We hear you. We hear you. All of that could happen, but we will have a king. And that's all we want. We just want a king to be like the other nations. So I'm reading this text and I'm thinking, Israel kind of stupid. All they get in warning and you all just want to throw away the warning. And I'm laughing at them. And God is like, hold up, Miguel. You know, you just do the same thing? How many times have you looked at the ungodly and thought, I want to be like them. I want to look like them. I want to have fun like them. I want to have money like them. I want to have a relationship like them, etc., etc. And I don't want you to be like them. That was a Selah moment for me. Because I am trying to build a business. I am trying to build something out of myself. And I am looking around at other businesses, trying to build like the other businesses, trying to build like other people who have built themselves from nothing. And God is saying, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to build like them. I don't want you to be like them. I don't want you to be like the other nations. I want to set you apart from myself. Let me reign over you. Let me reign over your life. Let me reign over your business. Let me take the lead. It's interesting because God wants to take the lead of our life. He wants to show us the things that He has for us. And we with ourselves will look around at the world and think that they're doing better than us. And we think that they're living life way better than us, even though we understand that a lot of what some of they are doing will lead to death, and we don't even care. So we become just like the Israelites, and what we start doing, we start sinning and serving other gods. The thing is, at this moment, there are so many things that has happened to a lot of us. So many things where we have been broken and we have lost so much that we having, like me actually, you're having to start over. And so I'm asking the question to you, when you start over, do you want to start over and look like the other nations, or do you want to be set apart for God? There are times when people are going to come to you and say, well, if you want to be successful in this, that, or the other, you have to do it this way. The truth is you don't. You don't have to do it that way. What you have to do is be obedient to God, is to allow God to lead you. Because some of the ways that we want to take might just lead us to death. It might lead us to losing more. It might lead us to even taking longer to get to the goal. What we have to do is understand where God wants us to be and walk accordingly. When we are told, when God tells us to do something, whether it's for our home or for our business or for ourselves or for our kids or for our relationship or whatever, whenever God tells us to do something and we begin to do it, it may look stupid in a lot of people's eyes. It may look like it may not work out. But if God tells you to do it, there's a reason He told you to do it. And you just have to move along. It might look contradictory to what other people are doing, and that's okay. It might look, it might just look different. And you know what? It's okay. Because when you're being set apart, you are turning into something that is unique. And in this world where everybody is trying to stand out, why not stand out for holding on to the word that is God's? Why not stand out for living a life that is godly? Why not stand out for building everything that you have in a manner that is godly and pleasing unto God? You will see how different you would look. You would look way different to everything that surrounds you because you're not looking like them. In starting over, I know that you may be looking out at other people and saying that you're going to do it like them. And God may not want you to do it like them, because the truth is some of the very business people or some of the successful people that we're looking at, you have no idea what they did to get to that position. You're looking at a husband and wife, and you have no idea what they did to acquire that relationship. So what we have to do is stop looking out and start looking at the source. The moment I am in right now is rebuilding and building. And I want to build relationships. I want to build businesses. I want to build a family. I want to build a marriage. There is so much that I want to build. And in the past, where I used to try and do things my own way, I used to look like everybody else, admittedly. But now, as God has spoken, I am not going to be like the Israelites. And I'm urging you and challenging you as I am challenging myself as we go about building everything that we want out of our life. Let us not build and look like the other nations. Let us not build and forsake God. Let us not build and serve other gods. Let us not build and become idolaters. Instead, let us allow God to take the lead. Let us allow God to reign over our lives. Let us allow God to build us up and allow us not to look like the other nations, because we weren't called to look like the world. We were called to be set apart for God.
Set apart for a God.